Hey guys, it's Janice from Ozark Family Homestead, and it's snowing. It's snowing on the homestead. It snowed yesterday, and it's snowing again today, and it's crazy cold. So since this is a little bit of a different daily life for us, we don't usually have snow and ice like this and temperatures as cold as this. We thought we would film some aspects of our life here today, just to take you guys along with us and see what we have to do differently when it is bitter cold. And Shawn is home from work today, so that's a little different as well. And we had friends over yesterday too, so there were some jobs that didn't get done yesterday that have to get done today because we were busy with friends yesterday. So it's a little bit of an out of the ordinary day, and I thought we'd take you along with us. So I think Shawn is going to take one of the cameras and film some of his jobs for today, and I'll take you along with a little bit of my jobs, and we'll just see how the day goes. We'll go together. So here we go. You just dumped the chicken bucket? Did you just dump the chicken bucket?
Nope, all the chickens are up.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Sam said he was just going to leave them locked up. So, yeah, Lady is out here in the snow. What do you think, lady girl? What do you think? You good girl. The ducks pool is frozen solid, so no ducks swimming in that today. But I will say, yesterday before it started snowing, they were in it, and it was, what was it, below 20 degrees? Yeah, 20 something, maybe low 20s, and they were out here still swimming in it. Those ducks are crazy. But okay, here, I'll walk around a little bit here, let you see what the place looks like. Snowed in. Anna finished up with cats. Cats are good. Okay, so now you're just enjoying snow. Yep, the garden is all snowed. Oh, see if I can get it up the hill here. 4-wheel drive, Mama. So we'll peek at the garden. The strawberries in the towers are all snowed in. We've moved the rabbits. We tried, when it got cold, we moved where we had the tarps up over the rabbits there. In that shed right there is where the rabbits typically stay. But even with this cold, it was too cold, so they are now in the shop, staying warm and toasty in the shop. So, yep. Okay, I think I may head back inside. It gets so cold. Little glimpse of the summer kitchen though. Deck in progress there. This deck's finished here. So about to get going on the inside of the building. I did see Andrew, looks like he's hauling some more water back to where the cows and the sheep are. So there he goes. Bear boy here wants nothing to do with the doghouse. He says, I'm kind of enjoying this lovely weather we're having, huh? Yeah, lovely weather.
I can't feel my fingers.
Andrew, show off your new scarf and stuff you got. A friend made him a scarf to match his hat. She's really good at crocheting, right?
It's on a loom, actually.
Oh, it's a loom? Okay. But it's doing its job.
Yeah,
she wanted to make sure you got it before this weather hit. And that was good.
Yeah.
Go get warmed up.
I'm thankful for it.
Yep. Let's see, as far as the other dogs, I did see Ava was in here. She's curled up inside that doghouse. Yes, you are. And then Lady will take the other one down there on that end. Next to the heat lamp is where Lady will stay. You pretty girl.
So today, this video is kind of a day in the life of an unusual situation here in the Ozarks, and that is when we get a bunch of snow. Now, you know, those of you who are up in Canada or up in northern states or in places that get a lot of snow, you're probably thinking, well, what's the big deal? It's a big deal down here because this is very unusual. We're not set up for this. I mean, in a lot of years, we may only have 4 or 5 days in the entire year that we would have snow on the ground like this. So we're not used to it. The animals are not used to it. Travel on roads becomes impossible because, you know, your highway departments and things down here are really set up for this going on long term. So everything kind of comes to a standstill, and when you've got livestock, you got to keep breaking ice, you've got to keep them fed. You have all kinds of things going on, keeping the greenhouse going when it's unusually cold. Right now it's 6 degrees, which for the Ozarks of southern Missouri is pretty unusual. We typically don't get weather that cold. So kind of follow along today as we deal with snow on the homestead. Well, we're back here with the sheep. You can see the sheep out here. One of the things I'm going to need to do, not only feeding the sheep today, but breaking ice. I've got a water trough back here, and I like to set up water troughs a lot of times on the back sides of buildings, so when it rains, water will flow down and fill it up. And so you can see it's all covered in ice and snow. So I keep some loose T-posts here near these water containers, so I can take that T-post and bust up the ice so they can get a drink. So you can see I've just busted up a hole there where they can get to some water, and I'll just have to come out here every couple hours and bust that up again and do this on about 7 or 8 different places where different animals get water, and just keep all of that they've got water accessible to them. And they don't seem to be bothered too much by it. Got pretty good coats on them. They're not even really staying out in the shelter. They're just out roaming around. So it'll be interesting to see which animals are in the shelter versus which animals just walk around in it and seem to don't care. Okay, here's old Daisy the cow. She didn't have much snow on her. She was in her shelter, saw me coming out, so she came out and wanted to be fed. I was putting hay in her shelter, but she came out here and wanted to eat out of her feeder, so I'll go ahead and I'll put some hay in her feeder, and I'll put some hay in her shelter too if she wants to go back in her shelter and eat in there. And of course, there's Rosie, the Great Pyrenees dogs that we keep out here. They're built for this. They love this. They actually just run around and play in it. So, you know, they are livestock guardian dogs. I mean, people have them out there all year long up in places like Montana, and it's way colder than here, and these dogs are built for it, so they're not even minding it whatsoever. Even though they've got shelter, they're still running around laying in the snow. Oh, I'd be kind of jealous. It must be nice to be able to be built to survive in weather like this. So we're going to go ahead, and I've got a wagon full of hay I want to take back there to Brisket the bull, and it's really coming down right now. Okay, I got Brisket the bull is out here. I've got his water broken up so he can get a drink, and got him loaded up with some hay. So he's out here. He was in his shelter, and he come out and go out and get something to eat. Snow is still coming down. We're going to keep working our way around and getting everybody's water and food ready. It is really cold out here. I am looking forward to getting back in the house in a little bit. Well, it's kind of nice in here. I'm in one of their shelters. This is actually the smaller of the 2 shelters that the sheep have. So I've already put hay in the other shelter, so come out here and put some hay in this shelter in case they want to be back here. Of course, they followed me. I don't think they're probably going to stay over here with this one. I suspect that they're going to probably stay around the larger shelter more, but since I'm back here, they wanted to come see what I was doing and visit with me, so they're coming in here to see me. Some of the sheep are more friendly than others. Some of them like to come up to you and get petted, and the other ones are a little more skittish. But in here, just another place for them to come out of the snow if they want to do so. Try to have just at least a small shelter in each one of the paddocks. That way, if we need to separate animals, they have a shelter. So they're coming in here. I think they're getting more and more brave. Kind of ignoring that I'm in here filming and wanting to get to this other group of hay. So next, I got the goats, the turkeys, chickens, ducks, to take care of as well. Well, I've got ice broken over here where Robbie and the male goats are at. So yeah, Robbie's getting him a drink. I've got that ice broke up. So this is kind of our bachelor pad back here where Robbie hangs out with the male goats. And it's interesting, the male goats, they're out here playing in the snow. They're walking around in it, climbing around. It's like it's not bothering them at all. While our female goats are all huddled up in the shelter, they don't want anything to do with the snow. You don't even see any footprints. They're not walking around in it at all. But those boys, they could care less. They're just out here running around like no big deal.
Okay guys, back inside. It is nice and warm in here, thankfully. We've got the wood stove going. That's what we heat our house with through the winter time anyhow. We don't have central heat running. We have it in the house, but we don't have it running. But it's currently, the gadget says, right at 78 degrees in the house right now. And so it's nice and warm. And we've got breakfast here in the back. Just some cream of barley going for everybody. And once they come inside from their morning chores, they can get that. We have 2 coffee pots going. I've got my regular percolator that I use. And we actually have the normal people coffee pot going as well. Since we had that company over yesterday, we used the normal coffee pot, and it's still sitting on the counter. So Shawn made a pot up of that as well. So I'm going to get some breakfast and get the stragglers some breakfast here too, and we'll just get going with the rest of our day. Okay, we've got all the winter clothes trying to dry out here in front of the wood stove. Rebekah's gonna help. What are you gonna make? Brownies. And cookies.
Only brownies.
Yeah, only brownies. And cookies too. A white cookie, a brownie, a
We'll see. Brownies for sure.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the deal. Is our friends that are working on the summer kitchen, we didn't expect them to come today because of the weather, but they showed up. So they are out there working in the bitter cold. And so Anna's getting some hot chocolate heated up for them so they can come in and warm up. And of course we've got the coffee, we're gonna leave coffee going warm all day long so they can come in and get warmed up with a hot drink next to the wood stove and maybe have some brownies.
Or cookies, according to Rebekah.
Or cookies, according to Rebekah. So that's where we're at. And still working on laundry. I'm working on the budget. Andrew just came in. Do what? Should have worn your sock cap. Okay. And I'll touch base with everybody here in a little bit. She says I'm doing the drums.
Yeah.
Sound effects. Yeah. There's your music in the background. Say you're welcome. Are you a helper, baby? Yes. You get the pan ready for those yummy brownies. You do a good job.
I need butter.
You need to put butter in it. I'm glad you'd like to help. She's very, very serious, isn't she? She takes her job very seriously.
Gonna do it to perfection.
To perfection.
It's gonna be butter.
You're doing butter. Ooh. Getting serious with it now. Anna, does the hot chocolate look good? Mm-hmm. The plan is just to heat up leftovers for lunch. So we'll get going on those things warmed up here soon. All right, we just got finished with lunch. I did not film because our friends that are working on the summer kitchen outside came in and ate with us, and I wasn't gonna put them on camera. So I'll go around and I'll show you guys the aftermath here. I've still got boys snacking away. Where's David? There he is, look at him. eating on some brownies there. So I'll turn the camera around here real quick. Okay, this is all that's left of the leftovers. And we had so much stuff. We had some baked chicken here. There was radishes. There was Parmesan zucchini, buttered potatoes. There was some green beans. What else did we have? We had Dutch dish.
Rice.
We had some chicken and rice. I'm trying to think. Little bit of the hot dog bun pizzas. I don't even remember. But these were cream cheese brownies left over from a church gathering. And then over here are the brownies that Sarah had just made. And they've wiped out half the pan of that. So the hot chocolate was a hit with 2 of the boys. My boys' friends came and are helping, and they like the hot chocolate and the coffee and everything. So now we've got some cleanup to do, but we'll get to work on that and move on with the rest of the day. I think animals will probably need to be checked on again too, because I think it's up to 13 degrees now outside. It's a heat wave.
There she comes down the hill. All right. Getting pretty good speed here. Oh, get a little bit of a dip here. I don't want to miss this. There we go. How was that? Oh, almost hit Lady the dog.
I get to snuggle with Rebekah. Did you go outside? Yeah, she went outside and got cold and came in and snuggled with Mama. Yeah, you got to go outside and play in the snow. Yeah, but it's cold. Right now it's cold outside, but you snuggle with Mama. And we've still got the boxes. I don't know, Sarah, if you can show the boxes there. We did the product sponsorship video this afternoon too. And with 3 new pairs of boots that did a product review for.
You got a new boot?
Yeah, Sarah got some of the new boots.
Purple boots?
Purple ones, yes.
You got purple ones?
Sarah's behind the camera, isn't she? So, what are you doing next, Sarah?
We're gonna go make snow ice cream.
That's the plan. So, what, Anna or Abigail? Who are you going to round?
I think Anna.
See if Anna will go help you there. Yeah, it's a family filming day. Just take the camera. No, you stay inside with Mama, where it's warm. Because you just got warmed up. I don't want you to go out and get cold again, okay?
I'm gonna be right back.
But I'll be right back, she says.
Becca, it's really, really, really cold out there.
15 degrees, it says. Ooh. All right, we're going to stay warm. And they'll go get stuff ready for snow ice cream. You have big plans for tonight too, right?
Yep.
Okay. We'll get to that though. We're not going to spoil it just yet. Are you going to go out and help with snow ice cream? Okay. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so we're outside now. We're gonna get snow for the snow ice cream. Anna's not really ever gathered snow before, so I'm kind of giving her like a quick, I guess, explanation on how to do it. So I'm going through, I don't know if you can see, I already scraped a little bit, but you've got to like scrape off like the top layer because you don't want any contamination. But then, like this, all this, you want you can scoop up there as soon as you get the top layer off. But you don't want to go too deep because you don't want to get to where you're scraping the bottom, because then you don't know what's down there either. So you just got to make sure you get the middle, which nothing should have touched. And you only want to do this in fresh snow. If it's discolored or anything, then yeah, obviously you don't want any brown or yellow snow. But we're just going to do this until we get about, I'm shooting for 16 cups. But of course, I don't know how much we'll actually realistically end up getting. So we're just going to do this in various spots around the property. This is on top of the doghouse. So we've got 12 cups in here so far, and I think we'll actually be able to get it all off of the doghouses. And there's a mama.
I'm switching out clothes in the dryer in the shop. I forgot about these.
We've got 12 cups of snow so far.
Okay, so how much of a batch?
I think I'll be able to make a double batch.
Okay.
Yeah, so that ought to be enough for everyone. And this is just off of the doghouses, so we can make more later. If you want.
Everyone's going to love hearing that you scoop snow off of the doghouses.
I showed them, I brushed off the top layer and scooped not down to the bottom though. I showed them how sanitary we are.
It is clean and organic snow.
Yep. So we've got a tad bit over 16 cups. And we're going to take it inside and put all the goodies in it. And then we're going to eat it. Does that sound good? Okay, so now we've got to hurry because we don't want the snow to melt because then it's not snow ice cream, it's just snow liquid and no one really wants that. So I've got cans of sweetened condensed milk. I'm going to pour it in here. Come on. Oof, that makes me a mess.
Sarah.
So, I'm trying to go fast, which means I'm going messy. So I'm going to get these in.
Sticky, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean this is a sweet condensed milk, so this will, instead of cream, since Daisy's not, she's not in milk, so we're not getting a good supply of cream.
Yeah, because
I'm
my
using
my
this
regular
instead.
recipe you said had cream in it.
Yeah, it calls for cream and maple syrup. So instead of doing that, since I didn't have any cream, we're doing sweetened condensed milk, and I think it ought to work out fine. You think?
Sarah, I don't think they'll complain.
Okay. Well, that tastes good. I'm being picky about my scraping, I know. Oh, I forgot to scrape off the lid. I shook them up beforehand, so they're...
You have to do the second one too?
Yep.
Okay.
So, I got the sweetened condensed milk in there. And yes, I made a mess, for those who are wondering. And then just add a little bit of vanilla. And I'll stir this up.
It wouldn't be the Sarah cooking show if there weren't a bit of mess,
I know.
It turns out delicious
so
though,
sad.
doesn't it?
Yeah. So.
Oh, see, I want to see what this turns out like since it's a different recipe than what we typically do.
Yeah. I'm thinking of adding more snow to it.
Oh, look how it just
Yeah, I'm gonna add
stirs
more
down
snow.
to nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw this into the freezer and I'll probably add some more snow.
Okay.
Okay, let me just stir all this up.
Boy, that sweetened condensed milk changes the color, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, typically your snow ice cream is always going to end up in more of a yellowish, but with the sweetened condensed milk, it's more of like a tan.
I think in the description box, we'll put this recipe in there that you just used, but we're going to put our original recipe in there also. That if we had Daisy in milk right now I'm saying we would be using our other recipe.
Yeah, and I'm
Look at
putting this in the freezer. Is this fit in here? I'll make it work.
Wishful thinking, Sarah.
I'm gonna try.
Oh, there she goes. Success.
Nothing can stop you. Aside from death.
Ta-da!
Did it!
Didn't even bother to take her coat off. More snow. Stat!
Let me see. I think it needs more.
Oh, goodness. Good thing it snowed a lot, huh?
Yep. Let me see. Do you think if I do 4 cups more, it ought to be good?
Okay, here's my thinking.
Yes.
This is not enough to make all the people in this house happy.
Yes.
And if you put too much snow in and then you taste it, then you just add more flavorings in.
Yes.
It'll work.
Yes. So how much?
It'll balance it out. Go ahead and get you another measuring cup of snow and work from there. That's what I'm thinking.
That's pretty good.
We have plenty of the sweetened condensed milk
Yes.
because Mama keeps a stockpile of it. So, and you all know what will be on next month's once a month grocery shopping haul.
Sweet condensed milk.
Sweetened condensed milk. Okay.
It's pretty good. It needs more.
You do need, okay.
More snow.
Okay.
Yes.
So you gonna keep
Definitely.
working on that then?
Yes.
Okay. Well, just come back whenever you've got it.
It's my perfect magic.
Yes, perfected. Sarah's making snow ice cream.
Ice cream out of snow.
Yum yum.
Really?
Really? You want to see it?
Mmm. I want to
I'm gonna smell it. She
smell it?
says.
Mmm.
Are you gonna eat it tonight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mommy, Dad.
In the morning time?
Yeah.
How about in the nighttime? It's getting dark now. They're getting animal chores done outside.
I just want to play.
We'll come back out again. Okay, and we'll be wrapping it up so we can hunker down inside where it's warm. So, Shawn, you want to tell them what you just did?
Okay, well, I was out there checking on the animals, and the chickens, they've got their places where they roost and everything, and they've got their hen houses, but they also like to scatter around where the animals are. Anywhere there's hay, the chickens will also say, hey, I think I'm gonna park there as well. So I'm out getting hay for the animals, and I find an egg, and it felt to me like it was pretty frozen. So I'm thinking I've got a pretty solid egg, and I stick it in my pocket. And
Those of you that are homesteaders know what's about to happen.
so, again, the fact that it's frozen perplexes me even more, because I would think I could just throw it on the ground and bounce it around being frozen. But I reach in my pocket, and let's
It's gonna
see.
be bad, isn't it? It's gonna be bad.
And it has.
Oh, Shawn!
Whoa. Okay.
Oh my God.
It has. It
Okay.
has broke, and obviously, with as cold as it is, I need my coat. So I'm going to need to get this cleaned up
You know
and
what?
get my coat back into service.
I get to wash your coat tonight. And thankfully we will drape it in front of the wood stove. So, okay. Okay, you need this check to pay the summer kitchen.
Yep.
We'll not say his name.
Yep.
Okay, go get the chicken bucket, Anime,
That's right there.
to put that egg in. She's gonna take care of Daddy. At the same time, we've got biscuits about to go in the oven. Sarah, we had like 3 things all happening at the same time here. Okay, what? Not yet. Let me see. You ended up with a bunch.
Yeah, I think this ought to be enough for all of us.
Yeah,
How
I think that'll be enough.
do you know?
Some of them might even want brownies
Oh, that would be good.
with
I want
their
them.
snow ice cream.
I'm a hot dog.
Does that sound good? Not right now. You gotta wait. We're gonna eat supper. Okay, so you've tweaked it until it's perfect?
Yep, I think it ought to be pretty good. Tasted it, and I think it still tastes pretty sweet.
The girl that doesn't
Do sugar, so I'm.
thinks it's sweet enough. You need a second opinion, Anna. Is it sweet enough?
It will go.
See what you think. We can always add some maple syrup or something to it if it needs a little bit more.
Hold on, Becca.
I think it's sweet enough.
Oh, okay. Good deal. All right, I'm gonna stick it in the freezer for just a little bit then.
Probably set the timer to stir to stir it every now and then so
Okay.
that it gets solid.
Okay, now the biscuits. Those of you that have watched our videos know for a while there, Sarah was making biscuits like crazy. We had buttermilk, just huge amounts of buttermilk. And Sarah was making biscuits and sticking them in the freezer. This is our last batch of biscuits that's in the freezer. So we need Daisy to get back in milk again, don't we? We can make biscuits from scratch without her buttermilk technically, but it just makes them special. So these are going to go in the oven just to warm up. They're obviously already baked. They're just going to thaw out in the oven on a low temperature while we finish up the rest of supper and then kind of shut things down for the evening. Okay guys, that was crazy. So I don't know if you fully grasped what happened right then. So Shawn came inside with an invoice for the friend that's helping with the summer kitchen and said I need a check written out for him. So I went in there writing out the check. While I was writing out the check, he stuck his hand in his pocket and said, oh no, he had a busted egg in there. And I said, well, we'll get that filmed as part of the day in the life because that is something that happens. I mean, I think there's maybe even a running joke among homesteaders that you're not a real homesteader unless you've had a cracked egg in your pocket. So that happened. And then at the same time, Sarah hollers from the kitchen, I'm putting the last of the snow in the ice cream. And so she was ready for me to film that. I'm like, just a minute. And then I come in here with the camera to film Shawn with the egg, and I'm like, Sarah, just hold on. And then Anna's tea kettle starts whistling. I don't know if you heard that in the background. Her tea kettle was whistling because she's making some hot chocolate back there. It was just one thing after the other. I'm like, hold on, one thing at a time. So we got it all filmed. Oh my. And sorry guys, I've got crazy hair wearing that farm coat today with the hood. It's a disaster, and I've accepted the disaster, so please enjoy the disaster with me today. So, okay, now we're gonna work on heating up some supper. I still need to send out an email to our Azure Standard group and work on some budget things that I still don't have done today. I did work with Samuel, and we've got tomorrow's video ready to upload for you guys. It's just all this stuff going on behind the scenes here too. So, big breath. Okay, we'll be back. I think it's supper time. We'll come back at supper time. Okay guys, the house is getting busy. Everybody's coming inside from doing their evening chores. And Andrew and David are telling stories how they did a snowball fight with...
Are we eat hagi?
Yes, we're gonna eat in the living room. They're setting up trays in the living room, so we've got that going on. We're gonna eat in the living room, yes. That's exciting if we can eat in the living room. So I've got supper going here in the pot. So yeah, I'm losing my train of thought. So they're getting everything done. They have the snowball fight outside because, that's what I was gonna say. Our friend that is working on the summer kitchen sometimes brings his sons to work with them, who are friends of the boys, and they just had a good time when they were done working outside. So that's what's going on. Like, oh, you come here to see? She pulled up a step stool so she could come stand with Mama. So here's the story. Supper tonight is stew, and I did not have to cook it. We just reheated it because I had mentioned earlier today that we had friends over yesterday. And what I did as far as food yesterday, I made a big stock pot of a cheesy broccoli soup. Big stock pot. And this was a family. They also have 7 children. They homeschool, they homestead. And we had a good time with them. So I made the big pot of soup and a loaded potato bar for lunch. And then I had this stew made up in the crock pot for supper, and it's made with a venison roast. Stew. And that was supposed to be supper. Thank you, baby. But everybody just kind of grazed all afternoon on soup and on the baked potatoes and on butter cookies and on pineapple and on all kinds of good things. Oh, the squirrel mix that Miss Donna sent us. She has so much love. Look at all that love I get. And so anyhow, the point of this is that we didn't eat the stew. We ate very little of the stew because everybody's bellies were full from grazing all day. So that made supper easy tonight. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yeah, I'm getting lots of kisses. So tonight's supper is easy. It is biscuits from the freezer and stew from yesterday. And because we have easy supper, we're going to be doing fun things and just eating in the living room. So I will turn the camera around and show you guys what's going on in the living room. Okay, Sarah's dishing up some bowls of stew. That's just what it looks like. Just some deer roast from deer that I think that's one that Shawn got this year. Carrots, potatoes, green beans are in there. And the biscuits, got some daisy butter slathered on there. And we're using the butter mold that a viewer sent us. So, and let me just show you in here. They're setting things up here in the living room. And those of you that have watched our videos know that if we're eating in the living room, what does that mean, Anna?
Movie night.
Movie night. We're gonna watch a movie while we eat supper. And that'll give you a little sneak peek here of what the movie might be. You want stew?
You want stew?
Sarah's getting some.
I'm gonna get you some, don't worry.
The butter
There's butter on there.
and biscuit.
Biscuits.
What are we watching?
What are we watching? We're watching a movie.
Watching. This one.
Nope, different one.
What are we watching?
All right, we got everybody sitting in the living room and we're gonna get ready to pray and then eat. We got our stew and our biscuits. Everybody did butter except Abigail. You took the last of, was it the pear jam?
Jelly-ish.
Okay, well, so that's what we're gonna have there. And this is the movie that we're watching. Miss Erin just recently sent it. Yours, mine, and ours. So that is what we're gonna watch while we eat our supper. So, okay guys, let's go ahead and we'll get ready and pray and then eat. All right guys, they got the movie started and they're eating, so I'm gonna head on in there real quick and we're just gonna finish up the day with a movie night. So thanks for hanging out with us and seeing what we did today on this very, very cold snow day. If you liked the video, I would ask that you would give us a thumbs up, please, and make sure you are subscribed. And then if you could tell your family and friends to watch Ozark Family Homestead, it would help our family's channel grow. And we sure would appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Ozark Family Homestead. Bye. Bye.
What do you think?
It's good.
It's good. That's what it turned out like. Do we have enough?
Yeah.
You made enough?
Yeah.
Yay! Good stuff.